A Texas-sized butt-whooping in Big D. The Dallas Stars blast the Bruins 6-2. Jason Robertson and Justin Rutzkovian domination. And as expected, without Mikko Rantanen.
You're Locked On Stars, your daily podcast on the Dallas Stars. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Howdy, Stars fans. I'm Joey Erickson, former producer of 105 Through the Fan. Please be sure to subscribe. We are free available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. And as always, thank you so much for making us a part of your day and making us your first listen. Welcome to a Wednesday edition of Locked On Stars, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, now the #1 sports podcast network. How bad did the Dallas Stars need that one last night? They put a beatdown on the Bruins, taking it by a final score of 6-2, a cathartic experience for Stars fans everywhere. And Dallas gets the job done without their superstar, Mikko Rantanen, as everybody expected. We're going to break it all down on today's episode. We're going to talk about Jason Robertson, Justin Rutzkovian. What a night for him. Yeah, I think he seized the day. Also, the power play brilliance. Man, that one power play goal was spectacular, and look what it did for the Stars. The confidence started to exude from everybody in Victory Green last night. That was a great watch, so needed in so many different ways. But I love the intensity the Stars played with right off the hop. It was from puck drop. They were hungry. The effort was there. And Nathan Bastian, I thought, started it with a couple of big hits in that first period. He got in the fight. And then the Stars just started to put belt to rear end on Boston after that. The Bruins, who take a lot of penalties, got in penalty trouble in the first period. The first power play wasn't all that great, but then Wyatt Johnston, once again, who else would score a power play goal? His 16th of the season on the man advantage to get the game started. And then the Stars were just off and running. And it was a complete team effort. All four lines were humming. The blue line was excellent. The Stars closed down the Bruins' space. They took away their time and space to make plays. Jake Ottinger could have had a picnic for the first 50 minutes of the night. The Bruins had 12 shots with about 14 minutes left to go in regulation. It was awesome and a breath of fresh air to see that the Stars do to an opponent what has been happening to them recently as well. And I thought it was a great approach and a nice adjustment to what we've been seeing. And credit to the Stars and Goalton. I thought the Stars made a conscious effort to funnel pucks on net and test Swayman early. I thought you could see the Stars were much more liberal with their shooting. They had over 30 shots through the first two periods. That probably hasn't happened all season. And the Stars won so many 50-50 battles, especially along the walls. And that's just effort. The effort and the intensity, the ferociousness they were playing with along the perimeter to win those puck battles. Boston just couldn't get out of their own zone because the Stars kept keeping plays alive. They kept winning races to lose pucks. And the Stars were actually generating some chances on net off of those loose puck battles and winning those races. It was phenomenal to see. Justin Rutzkovian, what a night for him. 3 points, the first rookie to do that against Boston since Tyler Seguin, or since Mike Modano, actually. First rookie, but first 3-point night since Tyler Seguin did that against Boston. And it was probably that hat-trick game he had in Beantown eons ago at this point. But he was phenomenal. He won a couple of faceoffs, went right to the net. He provided a screen on the Esa Lindell goal earlier in the game. And then he wins another faceoff. He goes to the net. He kicks it towards the blue paint. It ends up going off the stick of Kastelik and slips through Swayman. But those are the type of goals you get and you're rewarded with when you work as hard as he was. And we talked about it yesterday. Can he seize the day, getting the opportunity to maybe play with Johnston and Rantanen? Rantanen was out due to illness, so we didn't get to see Rutzkovian with Johnston and Rantanen. He played with Beck and Ben, and what a combination. What a trio. What a night they had. I don't know if they can replicate that again, but they were impressive. 11 shots for, just 1 against for that trio of Beck, Rutzkovian, and Ben. That's how good they were at 5-on-5. And the Stars were winning faceoffs. The Stars were getting to the net. And Rutzkovian, again, was just a great symbol of how the Stars have to play. He gets pucks on net. He gets to the dirty areas, and he got rewarded with it. A couple of helpers. What a patient play he got to make on the power play. Since Rantanen was out, the second unit got changed up a bit. He got opportunities on the power play, and he made a phenomenal patient play on the second power play goal in that first period for Dallas. He had the puck at the goal line. He waited, found Harley by going low to high, and then Harley found Bork, who was denied first by a spectacular save by Swayman, but Bork stayed with it, and he was eventually able to bury it. But a 3-point night for him. He had 3 shots. Jason Robertson had 9 shots on goal. We'll get to his domination as he scored a couple tonight, which was big. I mean, 37 shots. Again, over 32 through 2 periods. We've been screaming for some of that production in terms of shots on goal. And the Bruins were just not up for the fight. Not up for it. The Stars were buzzing all over the place, and it was every line. I thought they were real supportive in the D zone. I don't know if it was by design. Maybe it's supposed to be that way, but I feel like we haven't seen that enough. They weren't just hoping to win one-on-one battles in the defensive zone. I felt like there was always 2 victory green sweaters there kind of helping out to kind of harass, kill plays along the walls, and they were able to get out and run a bit. It was also a breath of fresh air to see Dallas get some odd man rushes. Their transition game was good. They had multiple 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s, which actually led to some shots and second chances off rebounds and such. That was also nice to see and so needed for that Dallas side. And I tweeted at the start of the game that the Stars are 100% going to win this game. They would win without Mikko Rantanen, who seems to be holding them back, I guess, after what we saw. It was just such a cathartic night, I think, probably for the team, for Stars fans in the building, Stars fans everywhere, to put a beat down the Bruins like they did as they took them 6-2. The 5-on-5 game was great to see. You could see that Dallas was going to have an edge there. They were the quicker, faster side. 23 scoring chances to Bruins 17, a 2.14 expected goals for, and a 1.35 expected goals for Dallas. So nearly over a point more. Dallas was excellent. And I can't recall like a great Bruins look. They had a couple of goals late, of course. It was 6-0. It was over. I don't know if you could take much stock in Dallas just trying to just get to the finish line at that point. It would have been nice if they could have put a chokehold on Boston and get the shutout. But before the last like 5 minutes, I don't recall like a great look for Boston. There was one in the third period where they had a 2-on-1. Middlestad had a decent look, and Otter made a great stop. He wasn't needed very much in the contest. He ends up making 16 saves on the night, but it's a credit to Dallas defensively. They were sticky. They did not give Boston a ton of room to make things happen. It was just a strong night. Miro was phenomenal. He had 3 points as well. Robo and Ritzy had great nights, but let's not forget about Miro, who had 3 assists. The Dallas gap control was excellent too. I think that actually led to their odd man rush opportunities because Dallas kept such a good gap when they were defending. They protected each line, especially when Boston was coming in with speed. They just didn't give the Bruins much of anything. Dallas had good sticks, had sticks in lanes, good body position, played physical, just everything you've wanted to see out of Dallas over the last 12 game stretch. We saw last night against the Bruins. And that's a really dominant win. If you were able to be better the last 5 minutes, maybe the best game of the year. I don't know if we could quite say that after the light switch turned off for a bit, which allowed a couple goals. But 6-0, we're not going to complain too much. we're not going to nitpick after a performance like that. Let's get to Jason Robertson. Man, he was spectacular. He was doing it all. Defensive zone, neutral, offense, defending. You talk about it. He had it last night. Let's get into Robo and his success in just a moment. He made Team USA, right? Today's episode of Locked On Stars is brought to you by Indeed. If you've ever hired someone who looks good on paper but wasn't the right fit, you know how important that is. When you want candidates who truly match what you're looking for, trust Indeed sponsored jobs. Hiring Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other sites. Indeed sponsored jobs put your post at the top of the page and help you reach the right candidates faster. If you need to hire somebody for your business, you just want to go straight to Indeed. It has all the specifics, real experienced candidates, not just resume buzzwords. So you're finding the right candidates. Instead of struggling to get it seen, Indeed sponsored jobs helps your listing stand out to reach quality candidates. Sponsored jobs boost your posts to the people who are the best match for your role. And that can make a real difference as well. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed are 90% more likely to report a hire than non-sponsored jobs. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes with less stress, less time, and more results using Indeed sponsored jobs. Listeners of this show get a $75 sponsored job credit to help give your job the premium placement it deserves at Indeed.com/lockedon. Just go to Indeed.com/lockedon right now. Support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring, do it the right way with Indeed. Hey, Locked On Stars fans, if you love Locked On Stars, be sure to check out the Everydayer Club. You get access to an ad-free audio version of Locked On Stars and access to a Locked On Everyday Discord server, which includes a group chat just for this show. And we have more people filing into the Discord server, which is amazing. It's so much fun in there already. And there's just a handful of people. So please join. We talk about the Stars during the game. We can talk about topics on the show and all that good stuff. And really starting to enjoy it. We can watch the game and we can chat in there and have a little fun outside of the normal show. So please check out the Everyday Club. You can find the link in the show notes. Jason Robertson, he made Team USA, right? He looks like a player that does a lot of good things in all areas, and it's not just one-dimensional. But what a night. Of course, a little tongue-in-cheek there. Billy G. Robo, what a performance. And he was great from the outset. He didn't score until the second period, but he was phenomenal from the outset, from the third period, excuse me. But he was fantastic from the beginning. The way he back checks and the way he uses his size to maneuver and manipulate defenders to get his shot away. I thought he's incredible at winning battles against guys that may be heavier, maybe stronger, better skaters, but he just has a knack for finding the puck and just making something good happen with it. And I thought you could tell from really his first shift, like he was going to have a good night. Without Mikko in the lineup, felt like, okay, he went in thinking, okay, there's no Mikko. I'm going to be the guy that drives a little offense. I'm going to be the guy that tries to will this team to a victory. And he just played such a strong 200-foot game. And the goals he scored were just so Robo. Like, these aren't conventional goals he scored, right? It's the wraparound, which was a beauty, coming out from behind the net. And he goes to the far side, and he was able to beat Swayman, which eventually led to his pull. And then, sorry, they didn't pull him. They pulled him after the second, but not after the first Robo goal. And then the second, he just out muscles, really outworks David Pastrnak in the corner. And then Swayman, who's already on the post, who's sealing it off, he's already there. There's a little hole just over his left shoulder, and Robo puts it right there. Like a complete and utter snipe. A goal scorer's goal, just about maybe a couple of pucks wide of a hole past the shoulder of Swayman, and Robo hits it with precision. And it's what he does. That's his game. That's what he has a knack for. And just ripping pucks on net. 9 shots tonight. 9 shots. And we need more of that, of course. We need more of that. I think this was the game that proves to all the naysayers and everybody that thinks he is just a one-trick pony, you're not watching the game. You're just not watching Jason Robertson because he's not sexy skating wise. You're doing a giant disservice to him and to the game of hockey by not liking what Jason Robertson is because he doesn't skate like Nathan MacKinnon, which of course, yeah, would it make him better? Yeah. Okay. Everybody would like to skate like him, but because he's a little wonky sometimes, it's just not as pretty. It doesn't look like he's working as hard, but man, he's sly, he's slippery. And that was just, that second goal was incredible. He's got 29 goals. 29 goals. We came into the year, I said he was going to have a massive season. Look, it was a contract year. He wants to be paid, and he probably will be paid very handsomely. It was interesting this week as well. This came out that Robertson and his brother actually changed agents recently. I believe it's Andy Scott, who is now the agent of Jason Robertson. Let me confirm this, but it's the same agent that represents Thomas Harley and I believe Wyatt Johnston as well. So, of course, that could be big, right? That's an agent that's already made some moves, right? That's an agent that's already done deals with GM Jim Nill. So maybe there's something there, right? Maybe there's a little history that could help him make the deal a bit easier. I want to make sure I get the agent right. I'm trying to look it up as we speak. Yes, Andy Scott. So that is his new agent. So he changed it. And that relationship may help him stay in Dallas again. Like just Robo deserves a lot of money. I'm not going to sit here and be like, he should be taking less than Mikko Rantanen, or he should be at no more. He should be at no more than what that Rantanen gets, right? Which is a $12 million. Like I get it. I'm not here to really argue that. He does deserve more. It's hard to score goals in the NHL, and like that is his best quality. That is what he does. That's score goals. He probably is worth 14 million if you think about it. Again, the Stars probably aren't going to be able to do that. But who knows? I would love, of course, everybody wants him to stay. He is a very valuable player. We saw it tonight, and he's becoming a well-rounded player. This isn't something he just came in the league with, and he was incredibly defensively and whatnot. But he's getting better in that area. And that's for the most part, that's sort of his career. He's just sort of gotten better, and he's learned how to score and continue to score at a good level. And he's shown that really like 80 points is kind of, that's his floor. Anybody with 80 points and like 35 goals is kind of his floor. Like who wouldn't want that? And it's impressive what he's done. And I hope we can see some of that translate to the postseason a bit more. He's been okay in the playoffs, but I would like to see him be dominant. You see that, then he is really worth, 13, 14, whatever. Like if he goes in and be's a guy, I feel like we haven't seen him be a guy enough. But if he like has sort of the Mikko performance that he showed last year, if he gives you some of that, then by all means, if you can get him at $12 million, it's probably a steal, because there'd probably be a lot of other teams that would pay a premium for him. Incredible stuff. It really was. And I hope it lasts. You would think, based off the tone of today's show, the Stars have won 8 in a row. But I think that's how important it was, just to have a night like that where the offense explodes a bit. Coming into the night, Stars hadn't scored more than 3 in 3 straight. So to put up 6 without Mikko and the way they did it was beautiful. So credit to you, Jason, and hopefully Team USA will come calling in 4 years when the Olympics come back around. Well, the power play was excellent. Confidence can do wonders when you get that first power play goal. Let's talk about the man advantage and the Stars doing it without some regulars as well in the lineup. Do that in just a moment. Today's episode of Locked On Stars is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is officially in playoff mode. Every game day during the NFL playoffs, FanDuel is giving customers even more ways to get in on the action, because right now, every NFL playoff game day, FanDuel users get a profit boost pack waiting for them inside the app. Each game day, you'll see a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts you can apply to bets you like most. You open your profit boost pack first thing on game day and see what boosts you want to apply. The boosts let you lean into things you like, whether it's instincts, momentum, defense, quarterback play, coaching, you name it. And it just gives you more juice on bets you already like, instead of forcing you to do something new. You make your picks and then apply your profit boost to go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs get going. We have the AFC and FC championships upcoming, Seattle, LA. You have the AFC as well. I blanked on the teams. I believe it's Broncos, and I can't quite recall right now. But there's different games for you to get on the action. I'm too pumped up about the Stars' victory. So visit FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Well, it was big for the power play for Dallas to get going as well. They went 2 for 3 last night in the victory, and both goals in the first period after the Bruins got into some penalty trouble. And they earned their power plays tonight. It stemmed from their game at even strength and having possession and making Boston defend for long stretches. And they earned those power plays by doing that, which has been a struggle. They haven't gotten a ton of opportunities lately. Well, they were able to get 3 rather quickly. I think all 3 were in the first period, if I'm not mistaken. The first power play did not go all that well, but the second, they were snapping it around, and it was a great pass by Rope to set up Johnston's goal. I think everybody thought he was shooting. I thought he was going to hammer it on net, but that was an excellent decision to move it back across, and Johnston had a wide open net. Swayman was swimming, and he was out to lunch, which gave Johnston an easy shot to deliver his 26th of the season. And then in the second goal they had, I think it was the third and final power play of the night for them. After that first goal, you could just tell that the confidence. They're moving the puck around. They look so dangerous, and they generated so many looks that first unit, which started, was so excellent. They created so many opportunities. They probably should have scored on some of their looks. And then the second unit came on, and they just picked up right where the Stars left off. And then boom, they were able to connect after some great patience. Again, they had the Bruins scrambling, and Ritzy made an excellent play. He just held on. Then he was able to find Harley, who found Bork at the side of the net, and he jammed it home. 8 scoring chances on the 3 power plays that they had. That's good work. That's really good. Then 9 shots on the 3 power plays. If I went back and looked, there are 10 power plays going into this game. Their last 10 going into the game last night. I feel like you'd probably be hard to find if they combined for more than 10 shots. I feel like that's how bad the power play had been. I did think there was more movement without Mikko. They kind of had to go to somebody else. So they were going to Robo a lot, and he was curling on that left side, kind of coming downhill. That was sort of the number one option and kind of create from there. But it forced them to make an adjustment. And maybe that's the blessing in disguise, having Mikko out a bit. Like everything runs through 96 for the most part. So having him out may have lifted something in Dallas in certain individuals just to be more creative and not worry about always trying to get the puck to him. Like, you can make things happen too. And Robo was a perfect example of that. He's able to hang on, delay, be patient, not force passes. I thought they made simple passes, and then that led to them getting it to the net. Some plays to the goal line, some stuff attempts, getting to that area where you have to be to score. And then when you get the Bruins scrambling because you're winning races, you're going to retrieve pucks after maybe a shot gets blocked, maybe a pass gets broken up, you're hustling, you're winning the race to loose puck, retrieving the puck, getting it back. And then that's how you get teams swimming, get teams out of position, and then you attack. And they did that a couple of times on both goals. And it was really, really, really good stuff. And hopefully they can sort of snap out of this little rut they were in. Nice to see Bork get a power play goal. That second unit too, just getting some time. Harley looked more like himself last night, and I hope that is something we can see consistently on a night in and night out basis. So like the second unit gets a goal, the first unit gets a goal, and that's just big. Just seeing one go in, just open it up, right? Maybe open the floodgates for this power play to, get back to where they are. And they're third in the NHL. Versus, we're talking like, they're 26, let alone third. But it had been a rough go of it. I think they said they had 3 power play goals, 16 games, something like that on TNT. I could be wrong. Man, some great night. And Ritzy, again, he was a big spark. 3 points for him, the 3 points for Miro. This was an all-around awesome effort, and great for Neil Graham, kind of getting the stars in order. I think that's hard to do. I think we're understating it. Not having Mikko, who sort of is kind of the quarterback rather than Miro, because the play really does flow through him. And John, Robo did an excellent job. I think Neil did an admirable thing by having the guys prepared. And maybe they already knew that with Mikko being sick. Maybe they knew he wasn't going to play. He was, I think, a game time decision, but maybe they were practicing probably without him. Well, of course they did yesterday. So that helped, and they found a way to attack. And I think it was mentioned as well that the Stars have had success against that style of PK, which Boston runs. And they obviously listened and picked up on it. I guess it's nice when the players listen to the coach. The Ice Rays head coach, he's been trying to do that for 36 games. Lately, it seems like the guys are, listening, and they've won 6 in a row. Sometimes these guys know better, right? Neil Graham, Glenn, they know. You just got to get the guys to listen. But in all seriousness, like that was a dangerous, threatening power play that had a PK all out of sorts. Stars were winning faceoffs. That certainly helped. They won 65% of their draws. It was at like 70% at one point. Towards the end, Boston gave Dallas a little trouble. Dallas won. They only went. Dallas won 3 of 5 faceoffs on the power play. So that's good. And when they had to attack with speed on entries, they were able to do that and getting cleanly with possession instead of getting pressured at the line, making a pass in tight, then it gets taken away, or having to throw it in deep and go after it. When you can work in with control, speed, possession, that will do wonders for your power play, and it certainly did. So, yes, what a night, what a game. Needed that in the worst way. 6-2, Stars put a beat down on the Bruins. Do I dare say the Stars are back? I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but that's more like it. That is more like it. Let's hope that continues. They got the Blue Jackets upcoming in a couple days. Rick Bonus, that'll be an intriguing one. It's on the road. Stars get to see the old head coach. Should be a good one. But, man, we got a lot of fun things to discuss as the week kind of rolls on. Hey, Bischel's skating again. That's some good news. Rantanen, hopefully, getting over the illness. Ritzy, I think, sees the day. There's positive stuff. More positives than negatives today. And we'll take that. Stars fans, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Dare Club. Once again, you get ad-free version. You also get access to this Discord server, which is a blast so far. We're kind of in there. We're chirping. We're having fun. So we really, really appreciate that. If you want to join, I think it's $5. It's cheap. You get a little more and give you a shout out as well. If you give some feedback on there, drop your thoughts on games, and I'll mention you on the an episode in the near future. Anyways, have a great day, Stars fans. See you tomorrow. So long.